different schools. We've been meeting virtually, but tonight it's a reality. This is just amazing. My name is Jeff Kim, and I'm the teacher of this amazing course, and I'm hosting this evening with my partner.
Hello, my name is Jenny Lee. I'm the assistant principal here at CBA, and we are so honored to host this monumental class and to host tonight as a dedication.
Now, it's amazing that these 7 schools have come together once again. We have never met face-to-face, but you're going to see students who have student work, who have coordinated this night together. In a little bit, you'll see them introducing themselves, and you'll be hearing them share their dedication of the work that they've done to some of the amazing people here. But before I get started, let's talk a little bit about CBA, Cambridge Virtual Academy. And here we have Assistant Principal Lee. Tell us about Cambridge Virtual Academy.
Well, we are a very unique school. We are 100% virtual, but we are also a course-based academy, and we are able to meet the very unique needs of many students that maybe a traditional school might not be able to meet. And we are able to house classes like the Korean American Studies course, as well as many other very innovative classes.
With great pride, I'm launching Korean American Studies out of Cambridge Virtual Academy. So thankful for this space and also for this physical space where we can also host in-person gatherings as well. So Jenny, tonight, what are we going to be doing? What is kind of the flow of the agenda? Maybe also the logistics of this place, restrooms, things like that. I know that some people might want questions to those answers.
So tonight we welcome you into this space. This is our CVA space. We want to let you know that although there are single bathroom here, we do also have bathrooms down the hallway this way that are multi-stalled. But tonight, that's not the highlight. Tonight we want to acknowledge some of our very special guests. We also want to introduce our Korean American Studies core group and the community. We will also be doing an introduction to what is this course so that everyone will know what we're trying to accomplish. And we will have a panel of Korean American Studies students and parents, as well as the highlight of tonight, which is going to be the Korean American Studies Stories of Resilience dedications. So we're very much looking forward to that, and then we will end with some special thanks and a closing.
I'm going to share this clip from a news agency you might know, NBC. This came out in May 2023.
As we honor Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we focus on some students in Orange County who are being offered a new course in the fall.
That's right. The Anaheim Union High School District is offering Korean American Studies virtually. NBC4's Ted Chen has those details.
Maybe you've listened to K-pop, but have you ever heard of Young-Ok Kim? He's the first Asian commander of a U.S. Army battalion. They'll both be part of a new course offered by the Anaheim Union High School District on Korean American Studies. It's believed to be the first ever in the U.S.
It's a first of a kind.
Dr. Jeff Kim says he came up with the idea for the course as he saw the increasing number of anti-Asian hate incidents. He says he wanted to help students better understand who they are and where they come from.
If I were to ask a child, what is your parent's story? What is your parents' parents' story? Oftentimes they don't know their parents' story.
Students like Audrey Lee, Jaden Han, and Daniel Han told us they've heard bits and pieces from their immigrant parents and grandparents, but they say much of Korean American history has been a mystery. The class, they believe, will be an eye-opener.
It's a great opportunity.
It's not me just learning about Korean history, it's me learning about who I am as a Korean American.
The most important thing to me was that it allows me to build myself an identity and a character.
Kim says the course will cover the immigration of Korean Americans, their settlement in the U.S., and their journey through historic events like the L.A. riots. He says he hopes the course will benefit students from all backgrounds.
When they hear these stories, it will give them a strength. It will give them a feeling of resilience.
I had no idea it would take this long for the first course to be developed. So I can't even put into words how excited I am, and that my son gets to benefit.
We have such a unique past, and it's just something that that I can be proud of.
In the end, it'll help me to just really empathize and really look at the world in a new light.
Ted Chen, NBC4 News.
We did it. School District. No other school has this course. This is the first Korean American Studies course, high school course in the United States of America, coming out of Anaheim Union High School District. And it's not only news that agencies are covering this, including NBC, EdSource, Korea Times, Korea Daily, but what I love is seeing our students do something with what they know. And we see the first published article actually came from Millie Kwan, one of the students in our course. So big hand for Millie Kwan. Also for Derek On, who had his article published in the 중앙일보. And also folks like Celine Park, who is with the Hwadang group and volunteering. These are just a couple of examples of what students are already doing with the excitement and passion that they have, in addition to the outside media as well. We've been receiving a lot of support.
Yes, we have been receiving support from all over for this class. Just a couple of quick mentions. Just even today, we received some funding from Event to Prevent, one of the people we're getting support from. We have universities, community partners, the media like NBC, and different media publications. The picture that you see there is with Dr. Kim, and he recently was at the Council for Korean Americans in Washington, D.C., and they have partnered with this course as well to donate supplies and textbooks and things like that.
So much celebration for this course, and especially from this community, but also globally as well. A friend to this course is also the Consul General from the Republic of Korea, Kim Yong-hwan, who has presented a special video message for this inaugural day.
안녕하세요. 애너하임 교육부 학생 여러분, 그리고 학부모님, 이렇게 만나 뵙게 돼서 너무 반갑습니다. 제가 직접 참석하려고 그랬는데 마지막 여행 일정이 생기면서 참석하지 못하게 됐습니다. 안타깝고요. 다음 기회에 꼭 뵐 수 있기를 기대합니다. Distinguished guests, parents, and most of all, our dedicated students. Good evening, and thank you very much for providing me with an opportunity to say greetings to this exceptional gathering. I am personally honored to say a congratulatory remark at this momentous occasion. Truly, I intended to attend a class in person, but because of last-minute travel plan to Santa Fe, I am unable to make it. My apologies for that. First and foremost, congratulations on having a remarkable occasion for Korean American Studies, the Stories of Resilience Dedication Night for students and parents. I think the night has more significance to our Korean community and Korea-US relations, as this year we celebrate the 120th anniversary of the arrival of the first Korean immigration into the United States. In this sense, together with our Korean community, I thank you, Anaheim Unified School District, for bringing up the Korean American Studies course for young students for the first time in the United States. Your job, your efforts will be remembered and commemorated not only in the Korean community, but also across the United States. I have known Dr. Jeff Kim, his enthusiasm for Korean American studies, and cross-cultural approach of his education. I think this comes from his love for his family and heritage, and his unwavering commitment to taking students to a deeper understanding of their roots and heritage, which will enrich culture and strengthen diversity in this community. Without him, and without the support of a team of dedicated administrators represented by Superintendent Michael Matsuda, the achievement of the Korean American Studies today would not have been possible. In this vein, I thank you, Dr. Kim, Superintendent Matsuda, and everybody involved in this process. I also thank our Korean American parents for their invaluable support and contribution. As Dr. Kim always emphasizes in his class, Korean American story is about great resilience story. And we learn this resilience from our family and our painful history. Our history of Japanese colonization and the Korean War brought us destruction, anguish, and frustration. But the Korean people have risen above hardship and difficulties. Our Korean American community here in the United States has also stood as an exception with narratives imbued with resilience, sacrifice, and unwavering will. And I personally believe this story can provide our young students here in Anaheim with an excellent opportunity to learn such values. Every immigration family has its own resilience story. So do our Korean American families. Dr. Kim, I know, must encourage you to find your resilience story from your family. And tonight, you will share your story with others. And I am confident by doing so, you will learn the true value of your family, history, and heritage. Thank you all, and may this moment mark the beginning of an enlightening journey for us all. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Pastor General Kim Yong-hwan. I believe that's the highest ranking Korean citizen in the United States in our region, Pastor General Kim Yong-hwan, who is not here today. However, we do have, from the Consulate General, Educational Attaché, Consul Choi. Consul Choi, who's here, an Educational Attaché. Let's give her a round of applause for the food that they gave us right here. So if you've enjoyed some of the delicious Korean food, it kind of smells like home for me, I'll tell you that. It's smelling really good, but it's the generosity of the Consulate General and also in partnership with our very own Anaheim Union High School District parents as well. But we have many special guests with us tonight. And so next I'd like to introduce Vice Mayor of Irvine, Tammy Kim, to come on up and share a few words as well. Korean American Vice Mayor Tammy Kim of Irvine, the city of Irvine, right here.
안녕하세요, 여러분. 반갑습니다. 저는 Irvine 부시장 태미 김입니다. I want to just congratulate the Anaheim School District for this. It was really when we think about school leadership, we have amazing thought leaders such as Superintendent Michael Mitsuda, who this would not be possible without his support. So I really want to commend, because everything begins at the very, very, very top. And the Anaheim School Board for allowing such a creative and innovative curriculum, because you would think a curriculum like this would be in Fullerton, would be in Buena Park, or would be in Irvine, but it's actually here in Anaheim because, yes! And so it takes, a special form of commitment. So you guys are all like extremely blessed and extremely lucky to have a course like this. But this isn't just about Korean American history. It's important that you guys all realize Korean American history is American history. We are a part of the fabric of this nation. So to understand where we come from is extremely critical. It is important, and it allows us to continue with a strong foundation of who we are as we get to, because right now we're already third generation, right? So as we go fourth, fifth generation in this country, we at least know where we came from. And that itself is empowerment. But not only that, but now people understand. When I was young, no one knew what Korea was. They said, oh, is that a part of Japan? Is that a part of Korea? Now everyone knows where Korea is, who Koreans are, and we can be proud of that. And for people who are not Korean, who are taking this class, this is a bridge for them. It helps them to become closer. It helps them to become better global citizens. It helps them become better Americans. And so, again, congratulations and thank you so much for inviting me to your celebration.
You honor us, Vice Mayor Tammy Kim. Thank you so much for your words of encouragement. We also have with us Council Member from Buena Park, Joyce Ahn. Council Member Joyce Ahn, can you come out here, please? Thank you so much. Everyone's just, these are busy, busy folks, but they want to be a part of this historic day.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. Thank you, everybody. Superintendent Matsuda, Dr. Kim, Dr. Lee, and all the stakeholders. Sorry, I put doctor in everybody because anyone in education, I hold them with high regard. But Vice Mayor Tammy Kim said it so well, and I'm not going to repeat what she said. It's so true. I totally concur. It's not about just Koreans. It's about the immigration history in America. Everybody, no matter what part of the world you're from, you came in the 70s and 80s. Like myself, I came January 31st, 1975. I will never forget that. I lived here almost 48 years, but we remember why we came here. Our parents came here to realize the American dream. And that's the story that Dr. Kim and this course will talk about. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of fun stories and sad stories to share, and I hope you'll all enjoy it and realize that this is one step towards globalization. America is a superpower in the world, and we all need to respect, to learn everything that's going on in the world, and that includes South Korea. And no longer will the Korean Americans be asked, are you from North or South, right? We've been asked that many times, and I hope this is gonna be a great culture sharing, great experience for all of you and the parents, and I hope you enjoy this course. Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership, representation, and service, Councilmember Joyce Ahn. A few weeks ago, State Senator Josh Newman actually invited me to his office in Fullerton, and he presented our course with legislative recognition. He wanted to come tonight. He was not able to, but he has sent his representative, Mr. Nathan Bass. Come on out, Mr. Nathan Bass.
So I wanted to say thank you so much to Dr. Kim, the district, Superintendent Matsuda for having me be here, and I also wanted to acknowledge that Consul Choi is here serving her nation, the Republic of Korea, all the way here in Orange County, and we're so grateful to have her here serving with us, even though the Consul General is not here himself. And thank you to all the attendees and the students that have participated in this course. You, as he just said, are aware Senator Newman recognized Dr. Kim for his visionary work in developing, with the assistance of many people in the community, this Korean American Studies course. Ethnic studies in California, because of the California state legislature and legislation, will become a requirement as part of public education in California. But it's actually not a requirement yet. And that's a sign that this district and Dr. Kim are actually ahead of the curve, ahead of the curve in a really meaningful way. This course is so relevant and meaningful to the students. It's going to make sense. And I really want to take a minute and talk about the significance of what you all are embarking upon in this course, the significance of what you've done. Senator Newman and myself, when we were university students, though we're both decades apart, both studied history. And one of the first lessons in history that you learn is that no history is complete. It's always changing. With the uncovering of new truths, like the work that you all are doing with the ethnographies of your own families, history becomes more complete. And when it becomes more complete, we can see what's been left out. And the stories of big men like presidents and senators who often look like me and almost never like the people in your course, when that's the focus, we lose focus of the people who really make America what it is. The millions of people who have immigrated to America and made it the melting pot and forced America to live up to the precepts that it was founded on. And with that knowledge, you will become, as the vice mayor said and the council member from Buena Park said, become global citizens and become more able, more empowered to contribute to our society and our democracy. And as you become those citizens, you'll inherit our democracy in our country and become the leaders of our society. And we hope from the legislature and from the office of Senator Josh Newman that you keep the lessons from this course in mind as you do so and make our union more perfect. So with that, I want to say on behalf of the California State Senate how grateful and encouraged we are by the work being done in your course, by Dr. Kim and all of you. And I want to say I can't wait to hear all the stories tonight. As you probably saw it there, we did provide Dr. Kim's certificate of recognition. I also prepared one of those for all the students in this class. So I
Oh my goodness, legislative recognition for every student.
So I can't wait to get those to you, present them to you. I don't want to take up too much more time, but really, it's this amazing work that you all are doing, and I wanted to take the time to share how important we all think it is. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nathan Bass. Please give our regards to State Senator Josh Newman, how encouraged we are by his thoughtfulness. At this time, we're so appreciative. You've heard the name Superintendent Michael Matsuda all over the place. There are 27,000 students in Anaheim Union High School District. It's a big district. But he is here today at our small little event. Shall we invite up Superintendent Michael Matsuda this time?
I want to give this guy a hug. You know, Dr. Kim is all about love and compassion, and our Consul General said how important it is for our kids to tell your stories of resilience and strength. Before we started this evening, I had a chance to meet a young lady, Karina, who's half Egyptian and half Mexican, and she's taking this class because she wants to not only learn about her story, but through the stories and the history of Korean Americans, because there's so much commonality in the immigrant story of resilience. And I think more than ever, our young people need courses like this to develop their own identity and their pride without putting other ethnic groups down. In fact, raising them all up, because that is the promise of this great country, is to elevate all of our stories through love and through compassion, because our country needs that more than ever. And our young people hunger for that. And I'm so proud of our young people, looking forward to your stories. And I'm so proud of your parents for encouraging you to take a chance on this, the first Korean American ethnic studies course in the United States. This is true history in the making. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Superintendent Michael Matsuda. I'll tell you this, so we started the journey maybe about 2 to 3 years ago, and it was so difficult for me to get started. It was taking so much of myself that I wondered at times, can I do this? And it was Superintendent Michael Matsuda who said, it's like this ember. You need to just blow on this and just encourage this, be patient, Jeff, and it will happen. And here we are, it's happened. Thank you for your encouragement, Superintendent. I also want to acknowledge some of the student leaders in this course as well. So could you come on up here if you're a Korean American Students Corps member, go ahead and come on up here. Let's go ahead and line up right here. And then what I'm going to want you to do is to go ahead and introduce your name and your school and your grade level. We have 43 students in our class, but we have a number of students who have stepped up and said, I want to be a part of the leadership. I want to be a part of the Corps. And that person that Superintendent Matsuda was talking about, Karina, Well, she's number one right here, so let me pass it down at this time.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. My name is Karina Solomon and I am a senior at Savannah High School.
Hi, welcome everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying the night. My name is Guillermo Castro and I am a 10th grader at Anaheim High School.
Hi, my name is Abigail Tefesse and I'm a junior at Cypress High School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kayleen Chan, and I'm a sophomore at Cypress High School.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christine Kim, and I'm a junior at Cypress High School.
Hi, everyone. My name is Celine Park, and I'm a freshman at Oxford Academy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Audrey Lee. I am also a freshman at Oxford Academy.
Hello, my name is Shion Lee. I'm a freshman at Oxford Academy.
Hello, my name is Kyle Cho and I'm a sophomore at Cypress High School.
Let's give a wild applause to our KAS corps at this time who stepped up and said yes. We're so proud of them. Their fingerprints are all over this event, and you're going to see a lot more leadership coming from this group. You can see that they're not only learning Korean American studies, which in and of itself would have been an amazing thing. They're also learning the 5 C's in our district, our focus on communication, collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, compassion. They are also learning how to be leaders, civically minded leaders. So we're so proud of them. If you are a Korean American student, Korean American studies student, can you also stand? We have our core here, but if you're in my class, one of the 43 students, go ahead and stand up as well. Yes, you said yes to this class, and you're doing awesome. All of you guys are contributing. All of you are making a difference. You said yes. If you are a family member of one of these great people standing, stay standing, please. If you're a family member, mother, father, cousin, brother, sister, neighbor, you came to support them, go ahead and stand, please. Yes, you supported them. You said yes to this course as well. Thank you so much. If you are a district level leader, if you are an education leader, if you're a community specialist, if you're a friend of this Korean American Studies course, pretty much everyone else, go ahead and stand as well. Yes, you are part of making this happen as well, so thank you. I see a lot of folks from the district, different high school principals, counselors as well. You all made this happen. All of you did as well. I want you to know that. All right. So we have a saying in our class. I'm going to read the part that's not underlined, and I'd like the group to read the part that's underlined. Students, you know how this works, right? So I'm going to read the first part, then the group will read the second part. Cor will read. In order for the tree to grow tall, you have to know your roots. One more time. In order for the tree to grow tall, you have to know your roots. Yes, this includes Korean American Studies, but not just Korean American Studies, but also side by side these great sequoia trees are the Hispanic and Latino stories, Black stories, indigenous stories, so many different stories. I'm not Hispanic Latino, but when I know the Sylvia Mendez story, that strengthens me. That strengthens my American story. That strengthens my Korean American story as well. And so, when it comes to the Korean American story, there was a long time I couldn't even name one Korean American that made a difference in the United States. But there are many. And when we know these, it will benefit Korean Americans, but not just Korean Americans, all Americans. Just as Martin Luther King Jr. does, just as Sylvia Mendez encourages me so much as well. Yes. So let's go ahead and, actually we're gonna have students help present this. This is actually connected with the pitch that we gave to Invent to Prevent. Celine, go ahead and come on out here as she begins talking a little bit about the context of where this course began.
Okay, so like Dr. Kim often expresses it, during the 2020 quarantine era, we saw not one but 2 pandemics. The first being the COVID-19 pandemic, which a lot of us experienced, and the second being the rather forgotten one, which is the pandemic of racism, in which we saw a 1,800% increase in Asian hate crimes. So when Dr. Kim saw these statistics and the fact that Asian women and elderly people were being victims to these crimes, he felt that he needed to take a stand.
Abigail, come on out, and she's going to share a little bit about our response. How do we respond to those painful experiences that was happening?
Thank you, Dr. Kim. So, a quote that we have selected to help people with how to respond to these forms of racism and prejudice reads, "Oftentimes, when faced with a challenging situation, we react out of fear and anger. How the world would look so different if we took a moment to pause and consider how we might respond out of love and wisdom." And basically, this quote means that oftentimes, when confronted with regardless of your ethnicity, any form of racism or prejudice or just any interaction with derogatory intent, it's natural to react out of fear and anger. But if we were to respond with love and wisdom, then we would be able to spread a lot more awareness and kindness, which would in turn basically decrease the amount of prejudice that people have, because prejudice stems from hate. So when responding with love, you're able to combat that and in turn make the world a better place.
Yes. We felt that the students knew to tell, listen to one another's stories and do something good with their story, that something good would happen. It would be a place of love and wisdom. Audrey, a lot of people ask us, what exactly are we going to cover in this Korean American Studies course? What are we going to cover?
So our Korean Ethnic Studies course can be outlined by 5 parts, but before we go over these 5 parts, I would like to say one thing, and that is that the Korean American is a great American story for Korean Americans and all Americans. The first part of our course was knowing and telling our own story. The final product of this unit were the ethnography journals showcasing our stories of resilience that were displayed in the front counter when you were walking in. The second unit of our course is Korean Americans, a concise history of children's book. Students work together to create a children's book about the history of Korean Americans. There are 3 more parts of this course that are yet to come. Part 3, which is the Korean American Stories of Resilience. Part 4, Korean American Virtual Museum. And Part 5, Korean American Civic Action, College and Career Connections.
Thank you.
So next, just like Audrey had mentioned, our students had gone through with their project and had made projects with their stories of resilience. And so we want to show you a little compilation video of some of those projects.
My name is Audrey Lee, and this is my story. I try to make my presentation look like a bookshelf because I'm an avid reader.
So 3 things about me is I play volleyball. I love hanging out with friends, and I am Korean American.
So today I'm going to be talking about my story and kind of the things that I like, when my birthday is, my professional life, my personal life. I'm involved with my school's ASB team, like I said, KCA, which is the Korean Culture Awareness Club, and the RSVP Club, which stands for Raising Student Voice and Participation.
And in my professional life, if you like to have some Thai food, you should come to my workplace. Have real Thai food in Garden Grove.
I have a picture of myself and my dad. Over the summer, we went to Taylor Swift's Eras tour. And since I'm a big fan, it was a really great experience for me. And I think my dad liked it as well. I was able to translate it, and in Korean it says, 실패를 두려워하지 말고 최선을 다해라. This means do not be afraid of failing and do your best. It seems like a very basic mantra to live by, but I feel like it's a good one. There's a picture of my friend and I in our hanboks, which is traditional Korean clothing. We did a fashion show for Oxford Academy.
I was born in South Korea, and I moved to America when I was 1st to 3rd grade and went back to Korea, and then I came back to America when I was in the middle of 8th grade.
I'm actually half Korean, a quarter Chinese, and a quarter Japanese.
I'm Korean American myself, but my knowledge of Korean Americans is so limited.
So why study Korean American history? We know Korean history, we know American history, but we don't really know about Korean American history. As a Korean American myself, I think it's really important to be able to know this history and learn about it.
I chose Korean American Studies because as a Korean American student myself, I was never really given the opportunity to learn about my own culture and background.
When I was little, my mom used to play K-pop a lot, specifically like 21 and Girls' Generation, and would say, "Oh yeah, you're Korean too," and I was like, "What?" And I was really confused, and I was like, "So what are they talking about?" And she wouldn't know, I wouldn't know, because her mom never taught her how to speak Korean, and thus, you know, I never learned. But nonetheless, their music helped me and my mom form a strong bond.
I had always considered my Korean background and kind of its history as a concept that's completely different and separate from American history, almost like they were in two completely different worlds.
My goal in this class is to take what I learn and apply it to my own community and my future as I grow up.
Goal for this class is to learn more about these connections and not only find my own historical identity as a Korean American, but also share these stories and help other people understand theirs too. I'm really enjoying this class so far. I was initially a little bit nervous about taking a virtual class since I've never taken one before, but I'm really glad that I took this opportunity to learn more about my culture, and I can't wait to see where the class goes. Thank you.
That was our first assignment. But they've done so much since then. That was the very first. So you can kind of see the kind of work product we're going to get in this class. There's going to be some amazing stories. Yuri, still enjoying this class? Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. All right, so let's have Karina come on out. And she's going to share a little bit about some special attention that we've been getting from Invent to Prevent. This is actually connected with the Department of Homeland Security. I know when you think Department of Homeland Security, maybe you're thinking like TSA, things like that, but actually have a prevention department as well. So when we think about bias and hate out there, I wonder if knowing, telling, and doing something good with your story, if that could do something good for our country. What Karina is going to share about are 3 goals.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kim. So we have 3 goals in total. So this is essentially in partnership with Invent to Prevent, which is essentially it prevents targeted violence against certain groups, minority groups in specific. So our first goal for the Korean American Studies Stories of Resilience Dedication Night, so that's this, to thank our parents and the people who have helped us along our journey in their migration story. Also getting to know our stories and thanking them for that. Our second goal is to become Jedis, and I don't mean Jedis like Star Wars. I mean, it's an acronym for Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Consultants to help others know and tell their stories. So this is essentially one of the strategies that we're using in accordance with the Invent to Prevent team. And this has been developed over time, but nonetheless, I'm really glad that we were able to come up with a really good strategy in order to get to our audience easier. And our final goal, our third goal, is the Korean American Virtual Museum, powered by an AI bot in partnership with eCadence. I want to thank all of the people who were here on behalf of eCadence. Thank you so much for coming. But our Korean American Virtual Museum is essentially where all of our work is going to be stored. And that's pretty cool because we're doing great things in this class. We're making history. So I'm glad that we have a cohesive place to be able to put those things. And then we can show it off later and, show off all of our work. But once again, thank you for eCadence and thank you everyone.
So actually, this is a part of a competition, the Invent to Prevent competition. So these are our ideas that we're pitching. We're competing against colleges and high schools all across the United States of America. Department of Homeland Security will be looking at this work and seeing if our work is, gonna be the one selected. If so, we'll have students who have an all-paid expense trip to Washington, D.C. to present what you just saw them present to politicians who will be policy and decision makers for the United States of America. I think they got a chance, so let's root for them. Now, a big piece of this includes our partnerships, and we're able to do this amazing work because of our amazing partners. One of our amazing partners is eCadence, our learning management system. So I'm gonna invite the director out here, Mr. Deng Vu, and he's gonna share a little bit about how artificial intelligence can be connected with this virtual museum we're creating. We're talking about Korean American Studies, yes, but they're learning so much more than just Korean American Studies as well. They're learning how to do something with this as well. These valuable skills. I couldn't do it alone. I don't know how to do it, but we got partners like Mr. Deng Vu with eCadence.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. Just quick show of hands, who here has heard of ChatGPT? Anyone? Mostly the students, suspicious. No, and actually, I'm really here to just thank you all, the parents and students especially. And it's our privilege and honor to partner with a district as progressive and forward-thinking as Anaheim Union High School District, because AI is scary. It's new, it's unpredictable, and there's a lot of questions out there. But by embracing it, because it's here, we're able to really approach it in a problem-solving way to bring it to the students in a safe, responsible method, exposing them on our terms, and also getting them used to it, because it's going to be a part of their lives, part of their futures and their jobs. And so we are partnering with Dr. Kim's course so that the museum that you all are building, we have no credit to that, but the AI chatbot that is going to be part of that will be partnering with the students to build. So how do you create a chatbot? How do you train it? And how do you fine tune it? Those are things that you will all be doing on top of the actual Korean American Studies work. You're also going to be creating AI. Right? Thank you. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out. There may be an artificial intelligence summit coming out of Anaheim Union High School District, and perhaps we'll have the opportunity to showcase some of this amazing work there, and our students will be the ones who have a chance to present. In fact, we're getting requests everywhere to present. We have actually in the audience Dr. Sandra Song, who is one of the principals in the Anaheim Elementary School Districts and one of the leaders in plurilingual for Korean studies as well. And so she's also the director of GABE, and so she said, hey, can we speak there? And do you think I can bring some of these students and maybe they could speak there and into an audience as well, maybe hundreds of people? Do you think I could bring them out there? Yes. Yeah, definitely. I bet I could. So I'm sure there's folks that we can invite to that. But this time we have a student and parent panel. We have some chairs here. So go ahead when you hear your name to go ahead and come on out and have a seat. So Kyle Cho and father, if you would please be seated. Kayleen Chong and father, go ahead and be seated. Christine Kim and father, go ahead and be seated. And I believe it's Shion and father, go ahead and be seated as well. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic down, and if you could just very quickly introduce yourself, your school, and your grade. And then I'm going to ask some additional questions after. What was your hope when you decided to take this course? And what is something you have appreciated about this course? But we're not going to answer all three questions at once, and we don't have to answer all of them, each of us. But this first part where you introduce yourself, we shall do so. So I'm going to pass the mic to the person on my right. And if you could say your name, who your child is, what grade they're in, I'm going to pass it to you.
안녕하세요. 저는 옥스포드 9학년에 재학 중인 이시온 엄마 이희진입니다. The English translation is, my mom's name is Heejin Lee and she is my mother. My name is Shion Lee and I'm a 9th grade student at Oxford Academy.
안녕하세요. 저는 사이프러스 하이스쿨 11학년에 다니는 크리스틴 킴의 아버지 김주훈입니다.
Hello, my name is Christine Kim and this is my father, Kim Joo-hoon, and I am currently a junior at Cypress High School.
By the way, Christine Kim also created this logo.
안녕하세요. 저는 타미정이고요. 사이프러스 하이스쿨 10학년에 재학 중인 케일린의 아빠입니다. 반갑습니다.
Hello, my name is Kayleen Chung and I'm a sophomore at Cypress High School, and this is my father, Tommy Chung.
Hi, my name is Timothy Trey. I'm a father of Kyle Trey, who's a sophomore at Cypress.
Hello, I'm Kyle Cho. I'm a sophomore at Cypress High School.
Maybe there'll be one or two, maybe three people who answer this question. What was your hope when you decided to take this course? It could be a student or your parents' hope for your child. Maybe one or two people can respond to that question, maybe three maximum.
크리스틴이 이 수업을 들음으로써 한국인으로서의 정체성을 가지고 살아갔으면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다.
I want to add to what he's saying, and he said that he wants me to find my identity and learn through this course as a Korean American myself. And I think he wants me to live with confidence and pride as a Korean American.
네, 저희 딸 시온이는 미국에서 태어나서 지금 자라고 있는데 어렸을 때부터 한국말과 한국 문화, 한국 역사에 대해서 많은 관심을 가지고 좋아하게 되었습니다. 그래서 이번 코리안 아메리칸 스터디 수업을 통해서 거기에 더해서 미국에서 살고 있는 한국인으로서의 사회에서 어떤 긍정적인 역할을 어떻게 할 것인가에 대해서 알고 배우고 더 깊이 생각한 것에 기대하면서 이 수업을 수강하게 되었습니다.
So the English translation would be, I was born in America and raised by Korean parents, and I've been in love and knowing and learning a lot about Korean culture, history, and the language. And my mom's hope was for me, a Korean living in America, is to learn more about my culture and also to give the positive effect that someone with this dual cultural and language in America.
So another question we have is, what is something you have appreciated about this course? So it can be a student who is appreciative of this course, or it's of a parent. You're watching your child, and maybe they're talking to you and asking questions that they never asked before. Is there something you appreciate that you about this course from your child?
네, 안녕하세요. 먼저 자식을 키우다 보니까 이런 경험도 하게 되네요. 이 클래스의 제목이 뭐냐고 제가 켈린한테 물어봤는데 에스닉 스터디라고 그러더라고요. 그게 이제 한국말로 이렇게 표현하면 민족학 연구라고 표현할 수 있을 것 같아요. 그게 이제 다양한 문화에 대해서 문화의 그 다양한 서로 다른 민족 간의 문화가 어떻게 생성되었으며 어떻게 발전하고 발전되었는지를 연구하고 각각의 문화의 본질을 탐구하는 학문이라고 그렇게 나와 있더라고요, 인터넷에. 그래서 케일린을 비롯한 이 많은 학생들이 그 서로에 대한 상대방에 대한 그 다른 문화, 피부색도 다르고 종교도 다르고 쓰는 언어는 물론 영어로 똑같지만 우리 부모들이 쓰는 언어는 각각 다르겠죠. 코리안, 일본말, 중국말, 그리고 스페인어, 등등. 하지만 그 서로에 대한 다른 문화를 이해하고 존중하고 더 나아가서 사랑할 수 있기를 기대하고요. 그렇게 열린 마음을 갖게 되는 것 같아요. 우리 케일린을 보면. 그래서 여러 학생들이 각각의 이 수업을 듣지 않는 그 여러 다른 친구들에게도 친구들뿐만 아니라 모든 사회생활을 하면서 그 선한 그 열린 마음 상대방을 존중하고 이해하는 그 열린 생각을 갖고 선한 영향력을 발휘할 수 있기를 기대하고 또 그러한 기회를 이 수업을 통해서 가질 수 있게 돼서 너무나 감사드립니다. 감사합니다.
So just to sum up everything, he just appreciates how this course just gives not just me but all the students just an opportunity to appreciate the cultural diversity that we have in the United States, and not just us as we speak English, but also our parents, how we have all different backgrounds and languages in our households. Just to honor those and just reflect back on them, I guess he appreciates how we are getting an experience like this through this course. And for me, one thing I appreciated about this course was, especially during this assignment, the story of resilience, I got an opportunity to learn more about my parents' background, especially through the oral history when I got to interview my mom. And I guess it really helped me learn more about what she went through during her childhood. and how she came to the United States.
One thing I appreciated about this course was that how it reinforced the idea of the American dream and how anyone could come here and thrive and not just exist, but add to the culture and be relevant in it and be active in it.
Sometimes I ask my son to study or know more about Koreans, but he's only 15, so he doesn't really care. Sometimes, so I asked him to watch the movie Minari. He was falling asleep. I don't know why. I thought it was very interesting, but he wasn't. But taking this course, he was asking me about our family, where we are from, and how where we are from in Korea, and how I grew up, and how my father went through Korean War. And it was a great time to explain where we're from. At the same time, I could tell him that we are Americans living in America. So I could say many things that I wished to say for many years, but he wouldn't listen at the moment. But it was a great time to share.
To their chair as well. And then let's have 2 chairs over here, and then 2 chairs over there. While Dr. Key comes on out, we're going to be using the support chairs approach. So in the support chairs approach, what we're doing is we're supporting the person that's in the middle, the person that's sharing out. And the way that we're going to do that is by beginning for each person with a wild applause. So let's practice our wild applause one time. Wild applause! Okay, so Principal Lee is not allowed to go yet, but these chairs have to be filled first. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and sit in one, actually, because I'm going to go out right after Principal Lee. But then if we could have a student and their parent that they want to dedicate to fill that chair. When both the chairs are filled, then Principal Lee will begin with her introduction. So we need, maybe from the KAS Corps or from the audience, if you can go ahead and have that seat filled, please. What you'll want to do is you'll want to bring your story of resilience so you could present it to your family member. I do apologize, there were some printing glitches, so some may not have printed, but we will get those printed to you. Don't worry about that. But we still want to offer you this time for dedication as well. So if everyone didn't get one, I apologize for that. These are beautiful dedications. There's an electronic copy as well, but we want to give you that printed copy too at the same time. Okay, it looks like all the seats are filled. Wild applause!
So when I heard about this Korean American Studies class and I saw the curriculum, I actually was a little bit jealous that the students get to participate in a class like this. And now that I am older, I don't have this opportunity to take this kind of a class. But I, now want to, investigate into my own story of resilience at some point. But tonight, Dr. Kim gave me the opportunity to invite my father. And so I want to introduce my father to you all. This is Dr. Young-Joo Kee. Just a little bit of background. My parents first emigrated to the United States in 1969. And they came to New York, and he was a doctor at Harlem Hospital in New York. And then we moved to California in '85. He wrote his first poetry book in 2002. It was called Manhattan의 용서. And his second in 2012, which is where this poem comes from. And then his most recent one was published in 2023. So I'm going to let him read his poem in Korean, and I will read the translated version.
저는 미국에 온 지 55년, 그리고 병원에서 50년을 의사로서 일했는데 그래도 한국말은 편해요. 영어가 아무래도 불편해요. 그래서 컴포터블은 코리안말로 읽겠습니다. 코스모폴리탄의 슬픔. 자주 다니던 중화식당 주인은 화교였다. 자신은 코스모폴리탄이고 고향이 없다고 말을 했다. 어느 해 겨울 불치의 병을 앓게 되자 식당을 정리하고 고향으로 돌아가겠다고 말했다. 전에는 고향이 없다고 하지 않았습니까? 그는 진지하게 말했다. 춘천이 나의 고향입니다. 거기서 30년을 살았습니다. 조부모님들은 중국에서 태어나서 한국으로 이주하셨습니다. 부모님들은 인천에 태어나셨고 춘천에서 돌아가셨습니다. 누이 동생이 한국에 살고 있습니다. 그 뒤로 10여 년이 지난 어느 봄날 오후 남가주에 있는 그 묘지를 찾았다. 그는 귀향을 꿈꾸었으나 돌아가지 않았다. 안개 피어오르는 먼 섬들을 보고 있을 때 나는 알 수 있었다. 그가 얼마나 슬펐고 가슴 아파했는지를.
The translated version obviously is not going to be quite as poetic, but it reads, "There was a Chinese restaurant I used to visit. The owner once told me, I'm a cosmopolitan and I have no home. One winter he became ill with an incurable sickness. He decided to sell his restaurant and said, I'd like to go home. I asked him, didn't you say you had no home? He replied with a solemn look. I was born in Chuncheon and lived there for 30 years until I came to Orange County. My grandparents were born in China and moved to Korea. My parents were born in Incheon and died in Chuncheon. My younger sister still lives in Korea. Some 10 years later, one spring afternoon, I visited his grave in Southern California. Although he dreamed of going home at the end of his life, he never returned home. I looked out at the distant islands covered in heavy mist. In that moment, I understood his pain and sorrow."
What applause.
So tonight, I know this portion is for dedications, and although I do not have one of those beautiful booklets with my story to dedicate, but I do want to take this time to, give a dedication to my father. I want to thank you for your sacrifice and, bringing our family here and raising us here, and that hard work really has paved a way for us to be happy and successful here, and not just for me but for your grandsons. And 아빠 너무 고맙고요. 감사합니다. 사랑해요.
이민 1세는 흔히 많은 사람들이 여러 가지 무엇보다도 언어가 불편하니까 거기서부터 시작됩니다. 어떤 차별이 어떤 사람 주지 않으려고 하다가도 말이 서투르면 거기서 차별이 시작됩니다. 그래서 1세들은 그러한 차별을 견디면서 살아옵니다. 그리고 1세, 2세까지는 많은 사람들이 노매딕 또는 코스모폴리탄이라고 생각을 합니다. 왜냐하면 내 고향은 나의 뿌리는 한국에 있는데 내 아들, 딸들의 뿌리는 미국이니까 그 중간에서 그래 오는 것들입니다. 그리고 생의 마지막에 이르렀을 때는 고향에 가고 싶어 합니다. 하지만 대부분은 가지 않고 여기에 묻힙니다. 그리고 또 하나, 내 시에서 보듯이 중국에서 태어난 사람이 그 손자가 미국에 왔어요. 그러면 그 사람은 중국 사람, 한국 사람, 이제 미국 사람. 이건 코스모폴리탄입니다.
Round of applause. So go ahead and I'm going to come to the center. If someone can fill the support chair to support me. Thank you so much for that beautiful story. And if you could forward the slide for me, Jenny, so that chair's filled. I'm going to have a chance to go. This was a video that I found, maybe it's about 25 years ago. It's a 1-minute clip of my father sharing something with me on a father-son trip after our trip to India.
And while you were in India, I understand that you were maybe inspired there, so you wrote some type of short story?
Yeah.
Can you tell me why you wrote it?
You know that the reason why I wrote this was, it was a pretty surprising, many things. What I saw, what I felt in India. Also, it's the first time I spent the time with Jeffries. I want to really keep it, write it down, what we talk about, what we discussed, and what we felt at India.
So it was published in a special kind of book. Can you describe for me what type of book it was written in? Because it's not just a diary journal. It looks like it's a part of some kind of book.
Yeah, it was San Francisco, the literature, the Korean literature. They selected this article and added in that book, literally interesting. That's why they added it, published. Yeah, the title is 한 그루의 사과나무를 심으며, planting one apple trees.
I couldn't believe that my dad had written a story about me right after college when I had done nothing with my life yet. I had done nothing worthy of him writing this story about me being that apple tree. But he wrote that story for me. I didn't know he was going to go for 1 hour. But I was recording that for 1 hour. And I'm so thankful that I have this treasure. At the time I was like, can he stop please? But I'm so glad I have that. A few years later, he went home to be with the Lord. I lost my father as a young man, but I have this treasure. My father had written a story of resilience to me, and maybe that's why I want all our students to have a story of resilience as well. That's my gift to you that came from my father. So anyone come to the center? Very good. And if someone can fill the support chair.
Hi, good evening, everybody. So today, I'd like to dedicate my father. His name is Daniel Castro. And right here, I have my ethnography project. But in my opinion, I think it's stronger if I say it from the heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my ethnography, and I'm going to read it from the heart. So here today, I'd like to honor my father once again. One thing I'm very appreciative for my father is the hard work he's done. He's always worked his entire life. He's always tried to give him the best life possible. He's worked, he's strived, he's done incredible things to make sure that I am happy, and my siblings are very appreciative of that. So I'd just like to give a round of applause to my father. One of the most important things that I've noticed throughout my childhood, I understand I'm only 15, but one of the strongest bonds I have with my father is our love for the Anaheim Angels. It's a very powerful team. I know we're not the best, but one thing that we bond with every night was being able to watch the games and be able to attend the stadium. So I just want to thank him for introducing me to baseball and introducing me just to sports in general, because I understand how powerful sports could be. So one thing that I'd like to also mention is just the power that he's given me. Just being able to understand how powerful he is. I've gone through strangest, insane things, but with the power with him and my family, I've been able to go through them.
Once again, the center seat is open. Anyone that's sitting up here can sit in the center seat, ready to go. And then once that support chair is filled, then we may begin. So we're waiting for students to come and fill that support chair, and then we're ready to begin.
Don't be shy.
Right. Let's give a wild applause to encourage our students.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is encourage you guys to just take a deep breath with me because I'm kind of nervous. So, deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, we're good. So, I'm here with my father, William Solomon. My name is Karina Solomon, Turbine Deal. And I'm kind of going to do what Guillermo did. I'm going to go off of the script, but I also want to read the message I have written down because I'm kind of better at writing than I am speaking. But so the first thing I want to say is just, of course, thank you to my dad for all of his hard work. He's a very hardworking person. He's a leader. That's where I get it from. That's why I'm here standing in front of you guys today. It's because I can speak in front of you guys. He's encouraged me when not many people have. And I also want to just say in general, thank you to all of the parents who are like this, who really, really care about their children and support them no matter what, and love them unconditionally. I really, really appreciate not only my dad for that, but everyone else. So, back to my dad. He, in general, is just, he's a person that I really want to aspire to be. He has all of the great qualities of a man and a person in general. As a father, he's kind of a single father, so I really want to give him props for that. So if you guys will, just give him a really big round of applause. I don't want to go into too much depth, but I just want to say that means a lot. I'm here also with my brother. He's supported me and made me laugh when I feel like crying, so a big round of applause to him as well. Thank you. And then just a final note before I read the actual scripted version of what I was going to say. I just want to thank him for never judging me and for always being there for me, because that's what a parent's supposed to do. And that's something that I always fall back on. And I think that a lot of kids my age might take that advantage. I know that I do. And events like this, I'm really appreciative for, because it's like Dr. Kim said, it's hard to go up to your parent and say, hey, I appreciate you. But when that does happen, it's something that I believe is very powerful. I also want to just say thank you for providing a support for me. That's a very stable foundation, because without that, I think that's just something that I've really taken advantage of, is just being able to have that support and say, hey, Dad, can you tell me about this? And whenever I ask him about something, he has the answers, and that's because of his experience and wisdom. So I also want to appreciate him for that. I'm going to go ahead and read the scripted version, but yeah. To my dearest dad, who taught me how to go through life without fear, but with courage. Your encouragement made me feel strong, empowered, and supported. I thank you for everything. Even in the face of challenges, you tell me to laugh in the face of adversity and to accept challenges because they will make me stronger. You inspired me to be as strong and as hardworking as you are, and to not give up, no matter the circumstances and no matter who's in my way. I am more resilient today because you have given me your unconditional love and wisdom that I wear like an earring, always reminding me of what's wrong and what's right. I dedicate this story of resilience to you. Thank you so much, guys. Give them another round of applause.
Wonderful. Let's go ahead and fill that support chair. I am looking at the time, and it's 8:30, so I know there's so much we could say during this time, but just the scripted version from here on out, 1 minute, even 30 seconds or less. I don't want to rush you. You could take more time at home. Please do. That's why we did this, so you could spend that time at home and have deeper conversations, but I did want to give you that public opportunity as well. So just the scripted portion, please. And there's still some empty seats here. Yes, yes. If you think it's you, you should be moving. Yes, absolutely. Very good. Okay.
Okay. So this is dedicated to my parents. My dad's not here, but it's okay. I'll tell him at home. So I want to dedicate my ethnography journal documenting my story of resilience to my parents. Through my parents' discipline and way of upbringing, I was able to build many of the values that I have today. The bicultural identity I have as a Korean American is a result of the time my parents took to educate me about my mother country. As I see my peers having a harder time holding on to their origin as they grow older, I only continue to feel gratitude that you guys took the time to instill Korean culture into my lifestyle as well. Thank you for deciding to stay in the United States to raise me, therefore allowing me more opportunities to pursue and grow in my interests. Thank you for always working so hard to provide for us, even on the days that you want to take a break. Thank you for showing me what it means to be a Korean American. Thank you for having the strength and the courage to build your life anew in a foreign country. Thank you most of all for the determination you had to learn this new language so that I would still be able to speak to you comfortably today, because we all know my Korean is not the best. I want my parents to know that I will make them proud as a Korean American. 감사합니다, 엄마, 아빠.
Go ahead and next person, go ahead. Thank you, and we need to fill this support chair. If you think it's you, just go for it. Yes, wonderful. Thank you. All right, they're here to support you.
Unfortunately, my dad is not here today, but again, I'll tell him when I get home. So, to my mother and father who raised me with love, traveling across the globe to give me a better life, I grew to be resilient under your care. Without my parents, I would not have my Korean American story of resilience. Thank you. I love you, and I really appreciate you, and I'm sorry for everything I made you go through. Really quickly, I'll say it in Korean. 엄마랑 아빠가 저를 너무 사랑으로 키워줘서 감사하고요. 한국에서 미국까지 와줘서 2008년쯤에 와서 어렸는데 지금까지 키워줘서 고맙고 미안하고 감사합니다.
Alright, we'll have our next parent and student. Oh, sorry, before you begin. Do we have another set who wants to come up real quickly to life support chairs?
Okay, so I dedicate my story of resilience to my loving mother and father, Oma and Appa, who's recording in the back over there, and those who really just fearlessly sacrificed their entire childhood, memories, and life in Korea to immigrate to the US, and just to open up the opportunities that I'm given today. So thank you for teaching me to do my best in all that I do, for being my best friend, supporting me through everything that I want to do, supporting me through even when I mess up or don't make you as proud as I want to. Thank you for just always being there for me and supporting me in all that I do, and for consistently encouraging me to persistently work towards my goals. Just to kind of translate that to Korean too. 엄마 아빠 진짜로 그냥 한국에서 미국까지 이민을 와주셔가지고 정말 쉽지 않은 거 정말 아는데 정말 감사해요. 진짜 나한테 주어진 이런 기회들이 엄마 아빠가 여기로 이민을 안 오셨으면 절대 저한테 주어질 수 없었을 만한 기회들이에요. 그냥 정말 감사하고 항상 제 곁에 있어줘서 감사하고 사랑해요.
We have our next person. Let's fill the support chair. Go ahead and fill the support chair. We're going once. Okay. All right. Awesome.
Hi, my name is Savannah Hoka. This is to my mom, who taught me to love who I am. Your encouragement made me get past my struggles in life and keep moving forward. I thank you for always being there for me when I need it. Even in the face of challenges, you persevere and taught me how to as well. You inspire me to do what I love and to do what is right. I am more resilient today because you taught me how to bounce back and never give up on something I have my heart set on. I dedicate this story of resilience to you, Mom.
My name is Alex Lim. To my dearest mom who taught me everything I know, your encouragement makes me happy and motivated. I thank you for helping me with my figure skating journey and driving me places and paying for my lessons. Even in the face of challenges, you put me first. You inspired me to become a better person. I am more resilient today because of your kindness. I dedicate the story of resilience to you.
Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and 2 more. Would like to share out today. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Alright, so my name is Elio, and here's my beautiful and appreciative mom that's always been here for me, even through my toughest time. And even though I've always been a bit rebellious with her, and I have our arguments, she's always here to support me and teach me the ways how to be nice and giving back to other people, and not just to me. She's also helped me to go through very tough times, even when stuff might seem that I've lost everything or I've made bad decisions. She's always here to support me and help me get back up and stay on track. Thank you, Mom, and I dedicate this story of resilience to you.
Anyone else? Support seat?
Okay, hi, my name is Abby Tefese. This is my mom. Obviously, neither me or my mom are Korean, but in taking this course at first, all I expected was really just to learn about Koreans, but I've been really grateful to Dr. Kim for the emphasis on including other cultures and other ethnicities, and it's allowed me to be able to do like the things like the oral history with my mom and with my uncle, and be able to learn about their stories of resilience as well. For some reason, in our culture, it's not common for them to share like their stories of immigration, the things that they've done to get us here. But as I've grown older, my mom's shared with me, more specifically into like how many countries she's been to in attempts to have a place to raise children, and even in America, moving from state to state to finally come to California, seeking the best education. I've been able to become more appreciative of the efforts that my parents have made to be able to bring me here, to be able to take this course, because obviously it's not available anywhere else. And even just courses in general where they place importance on showing thanks to your parents and learning about your stories. It's a very important thing, and I'm really grateful to be able to learn more about my mom's story. And I'm grateful to my mom for everything she's done for me from day one, to be able to support me. And yeah.
Alright, let's go ahead and fill that support chair so we know who the next person is.
So I'm dedicating this to both of my parents, but since my dad already came up, I'll have my mom up here. My name is Kayleen Chung. I go to St. Christmas School. To my dearest mom and dad, who taught me everything to life and what my culture is, your encouragement made me stronger in my growth, and I thank you for creating who I am today. Even in the face of challenges, you told me not to worry and that everything will turn out fine. You inspired me to try new things and learn from experiences, and I'm more resilient today because of all the things you've provided for me. I dedicate the story of resilience to both of you.
Do we have any more
Hello, my name is Christine Kim, and to my dearest mom who taught me how to smile, your encouragement has made me grow and succeed. I thank you all. Thank you for all the sacrifices you made for me, and even in the face of challenges, you helped me pick myself up and made me stronger. You inspired me to become a better person, and I am more resilient today because you're in my life. 엄마 사랑해요. So mine wasn't printed, so I'll just read it off my phone, but this is to both my parents. To my dearest parents who have truly shaped who I am and are my biggest supporters in life, your encouragement has always motivated me to push myself to do my best, regardless of how hard overcoming a situation may seem. I thank you both for everything, and I'm so grateful for the amount of unfaltering love and dedication you've provided for both me and Grayson. Even in the face of challenges, you never give up and ceaselessly provide me with hope and courage. You inspire me to be the greatest version of myself every day, and I am more resilient now because I've learned how to be strong and bounce back on my feet no matter how many times I get knocked down. I dedicate the story of resilience to you.
Do we have, while Topher's grabbing his in, we have space here as well? Are you? Yeah.
Mom, this is for you. Thank you for teaching me the ways of life and how to treat one another. And thank you for showing me your home culture and providing me with the necessities and education I need to succeed in life. I love you.
Hi, my name is Derek On, and to my dearest parents that taught me about my Korean side, your encouragement was the pedestal for me to stand upon, to be proud of my culture. I thank you for exposing me to both Korean and American culture. However, I might actually be more comfortable in Korean culture now. And even in the face of challenges, you sacrificed countless hours for my well-being. You definitely inspired me to become the Korean American I am today. I am more resilient today because of the life lessons I was taught, and I dedicate the story of resilience to you. I also have a Korean version that I would like to share. 말로는 제 고마움을 못 표현할 것 같아요. 이런 뜻깊은 고마움은 말없이 오직 서로를 마주쳐도 완벽하게 전달되는 것 같긴 하거든요. 매일매일 같이 표현할 수 있는 고마움을 전달할 수 있기에 이심점심으로 감사합니다. 사랑해요, 엄마, 아빠.
For anyone else that would want to share theirs? Okay, I think we could really go on and on,
But I think this is why we're doing this course, so you can have all that time at home, continuing to ask questions and give spaces like this. We want to provide that space. This is just the beginning of the story, the beginning of the study of the course, the beginning of your story of resilience. I hope you're going to share more and more and even treasure for your students. As a teacher, I'm going to give the assignments. So don't worry, I'm going to give it, and I hope you as the parents, you will be very involved with that. I found that when the teacher gives an assignment, the students are more inclined to do the work, and the parents are more inclined to also help. So I'm glad to be that person for you. I want to conclude this evening with some special thanks. Can we have Esther Park come on out here? Esther Park.
I couldn't have done this without you. She is a constant communication to our families. She coordinated so many of the other Korean staff in Anaheim Union High School District. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. have me, but once again, this wouldn't happen. And there's so many that I could give this flower to, but there's so many, but I'm going to give it to Principal Hilda Vasquez. Without you, thank you so much for your support and encouragement. Absolutely, absolutely. One more. This one is, or two more. This one is for the partnership with the Republic of Korea, not only hosting this delicious, delicious meal that they provided for us very generously, but in addition to that, all kinds of professional learning and opportunities to collaborate. Consul Chair of the Republic of Korea Educational And then finally, once again, I talked about the leader who encouraged me from the very beginning. I think this person could have been the one teaching the course, really. But instead, he's decided to lead our 27,000 students, Superintendent Michael Matsuda.
But I do want to say one thing about what we just saw, because I know for many of you it's the first time that your children have expressed gratitude. I know it's not easy to do, no matter what ethnicity you're from, because I can recall my family, and I wish I had the opportunity to have the courage to say to my parents that I love them and how much I appreciate them. So as we approach Thanksgiving, there is so much to be grateful for in our families. It was such a beautiful thing to witness, the families coming together to create new traditions about love and compassion. So thank you again for having the courage to share your stories of resilience and gratitude. And thank you very much.
Student Guillermo coming out. He always concludes our class with such encouraging words. Guillermo, thank you for closing us out and wishing our families well.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. So tonight, can we just get a round of applause for everybody who just came out? Tonight was a beautiful night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. One thing I want to mention, it's a quote that I am very passionate about. The Korean American story is not just the Korean American story. It's the great American story.
Amen.
I want to thank every one of you guys, every person who's come out to support, anybody who's given the words, anybody who's given motivation, anybody who's helped us achieve this goal. This isn't just the top. We can achieve a lot with this class, and this is just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
So, to close out, I want to say thank you once again. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had food. I hope you guys enjoyed the food. I want to say thank you to all of our partners who have come out to support, anybody who's helped us, the councilman, Superintendent Mr. Matsuda. Can we get a round of applause for Mr. Matsuda? So once again, thank you everybody and have a good night.